Welcome to the football season 2025-26 quiz. 30 questions. Let's go! You have 7 seconds to answer each question, and then we explain the answer. David Alaba left Real Madrid after the 2025-26 season. How many matches did he play for Los Blancos? Alaba made 131 official appearances for Real Madrid before departing. He joined Real Madrid in 2021 and became a key centre-back, contributing to La Liga titles and Champions League campaigns despite suffering serious injury setbacks. Who scored the most league goals across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Harry Kane led Europe's top 5 leagues with 36 league goals in 2025-26, continuing his extraordinary scoring form for Bayern Munich. It was another reminder of his status as one of the most clinical strikers of his generation. Who had the most assists across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Bruno Fernandes finished the 2025-26 season with 21 assists across Europe's top leagues, an exceptional return for a midfielder. His creative output continued to be one of Manchester United's brightest positives in an otherwise difficult period. Which player received the most yellow cards across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Carmona accumulated 13 yellow cards across Europe's top 5 leagues, the most of any player in 2025-26. Persistent fouling and aggressive pressing made him a constant target for referees throughout the campaign. Which 2 goalkeepers tied for the most clean sheets across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Both David Raya and Jean Butez recorded 19 clean sheets, a shared record across Europe's top 5 leagues. Raya's performances for Arsenal were central to their title charge, while Butez was outstanding for Antwerp. Which club scored the most league goals across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Bayern Munich scored an extraordinary 122 Bundesliga goals in 2025-26, the most by any club across Europe's top 5 leagues. Their attacking football under a relentless pressing system made them the most prolific team on the continent. Which club had the best goal difference across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Bayern Munich finished with a plus 86 goal difference, by far the best across Europe's top 5 leagues. Their 122 goals scored in just 36 conceded made them statistically the most dominant side on the continent. Which club conceded the fewest goals per match across Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Arsenal conceded just 0.71 goals per match, the best defensive record across Europe's top 5 leagues. Their backline, marshaled by William Saliba and Gabriel, was the cornerstone of their Premier League title-winning season. Who shared the Turkish Super League Golden Boot in 2025-26? Paul Onuachu and Eldar Shomurodov both finished the Turkish Super League season on 22 goals, sharing the Golden Boot. Their tally put them ahead of some of Europe's biggest names in the scoring charts that season. Which club won the UEFA Conference League in 2025-26? Crystal Palace defeated Rayo Vallecano to win the UEFA Conference League, their first major European trophy. It was a historic night for the South London club, capping an extraordinary run through the competition. Who scored the winning goal in the UEFA Conference League final? Jean-Philippe Mateta scored the only goal of the Conference League final, sending Crystal Palace into European history. The French striker had been one of the standout players in the competition throughout the campaign. Who did Aston Villa beat in the 2025-26 Europa League final? Aston Villa defeated Freiburg in the Europa League final to claim one of the biggest trophies in the club's history. The victory was a landmark moment under their ambitious ownership and Unai Emery's management. What was the final score in the 2025-26 Europa League final? Aston Villa won the Europa League final 3-0, a commanding victory over Freiburg. The dominant scoreline reflected Villa's superiority on the night and announced them as a genuine European force. Which manager was the first to be sacked during the 2025-26 Premier League season? Nuno Espirito Santo became the first Premier League manager dismissed during the 2025-26 season, with Nottingham Forest sacking him on September 8, 2025, after a difficult start to their campaign. Who finished as Champions League top scorer in 2025-26? Kylian Mbappe finished the 2025-26 Champions League as top scorer with 15 goals, his first full season at Real Madrid. The Frenchman's lethal finishing in the knockout stages was central to Madrid's European campaign. Who shared the Champions League assist lead in 2025-26? Vinicius Jr. and Michael Olise both finished the 2025-26 Champions League with 8 assists each, the joint most in the competition. Their creativity from wide positions made them two of the tournament's most influential players. Who was Serie's top scorer in 2025-26? Lautaro Martinez finished as Serie's top scorer with 17 goals, continuing his prolific partnership with Inter Milan. The Argentine captain remained one of the most reliable strikers in European football throughout the season. Which promoted Serie club qualified for the Champions League in 2025-26? Como finished fourth in Serie in their first top-flight season in decades, qualifying for the Champions League, one of the most remarkable stories of 2025-26. Their ambitious project and smart recruitment made them a genuine surprise package. What was the biggest home win in Serie in 2025-26? Como's 6-0 hammering of Torino was the biggest home victory in Serie that season, a statement result from the newly promoted club that underlined their quality and ambition in their first top-flight campaign. Which Serie team had the longest unbeaten run in 2025-26? AC Milan went 24 matches unbeaten in Serie, the longest such run in the league that season. The streak demonstrated Milan's consistency and tactical discipline under their manager throughout a title-challenging campaign. Arsenal won the Premier League in 2025-26. When was the last time they had won it before? Arsenal's previous Premier League title came in 2003-2004, the invincible season when they went the entire campaign unbeaten. The 2025-26 title ended a wait of over 2 decades for the North London club and their long-suffering supporters. Which 3 clubs were relegated from the Premier League in 2025-26? West Ham, Burnley, and Wolverhampton Wanderers were relegated from the Premier League at the end of 2025-26. For West Ham, it ended a long run of top-flight football. For Burnley, it was a rapid return after promotion. Which club won the Bundesliga in 2025-26? Schalke 04 won the Bundesliga title and earned promotion back to the top flight in 2025-26. The Gelsenkirchen club's return to the Bundesliga was welcomed by their passionate fanbase after a turbulent few years. Who were the Europa League joint top scorers going into the 2025-26 final? Igor Jesus and Petr Stanek both finished level on 7 Europa League goals heading into the final, the joint most in the competition. Their prolific form had been central to their respective clubs' deep runs in the tournament. Who won the 2025-26 FA Cup? Manchester City defeated Chelsea in the 2025-26 FA Cup final to claim domestic cup glory. The win was significant for a City side rebuilding under their manager and demonstrated their continued ability to win major honors. Which outfield player was the only one to play every minute of his domestic league season in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025-26? Virgil van Dijk played every single Premier League minute in 2025-26, a remarkable feat for an outfield player in one of Europe's most demanding leagues. His physical durability and consistency remained extraordinary at the highest level. Which 2 clubs contested the 2026 Copa del Rey final? Atletico Madrid faced Real Sociedad in the 2026 Copa del Rey final, 2 clubs built on strong defensive organization and tactical discipline. The final was a tightly contested affair between 2 sides with contrasting but equally effective playing styles. How many goals had Mohamed Salah scored for Liverpool in his first 442 appearances? Mohamed Salah reached 257 goals in 442 appearances for Liverpool, a staggering record that underlines his status as one of the greatest players in the club's history. He continued to rewrite the record books well into his 30s. Which country had the most clubs reach the 2025-26 Champions League knockout stage? England had the most clubs in the 2025-26 Champions League knockout rounds, a reflection of the Premier League's continued investment and competitiveness. English clubs dominated the latter stages of the competition. John Regensburg won the FIFA Fair Play Award. What action earned them the honor? Dr. Andreas Harlesnuking of John Regensburg helped save a supporter's life before a match, earning the club FIFA's Fair Play Award. It was a reminder that football's greatest moments sometimes happen off the pitch. How did you do? Let us know in the comments, and test your knowledge in these categories next.